Down in the third turn he goes.
Then he snipped a draft off of the 36, Stanton Barrett. That opened up the gap on Stewart, and here he comes. The rookie from the pole, Carl Edwards. And the checkered board.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Nothing like winning your first race.
Edwards scores the third straight Atlanta Busch Series win for Jack Roush with 3 different drivers. Bimple, Kenseth, and now Edwards. Boy, is this kid the real deal or what?
He is the real deal.
White flag, he has one more chance. He pulls to the inside. I think he'll take the position going out into turn 1.
I think he'll wreck. Sadler tries to pinch him. Sauter having trouble holding off the 4th place car.
He gets him sideways.
I think they might wreck. But they saved it. Here comes Sauter and Kane. It's going to be 4 cars under a blanket. And the winner, Carl Edwards.
Awesome. What a save coming off turn 2, though, by Elliott Sadler in that 90 car.
What a terrific job by Carl Edwards. Brad Parrott, we doubted his call to come in and put tires on it. The caution flag helped him. It's going to bring him the win, Mark.
They took a very big gamble, but it paid off big. The crowd on its feet to cheer Carl Edwards down to the checkered flag. His 2nd Busch Series win of 2005, the 3rd for his career, with Martin Truex Jr. almost a half a second back at the finish. A great run for Carl Edwards. He leads 150 of the 200 laps.
Mark, he ran the fastest lap of the race on the very last lap.
Got one more to go. Keep going. That's what I thought when they shoot the fireworks off for already.
Coming to the checkered, correct? And 4, we're coming to the checkered.
You saw those fireworks going down the backstretch. He'd already won the race. Now Carl Edwards out of turn 4. Checkered flag. Carl Edwards wins in California, and the fireworks are official.
That is what you call a team effort, and we as a team will show this racing organization, NASCAR, that we're behind their effort 110% for the relief fund. Thank y'all, guys.
Boyer not quite close enough to mount a challenge, but still incredible drive today. Matt Kenseth made it fun in the final laps as well. But you want to talk about a driver on the roll. The young man from Missouri behind the wheel of that 60 car, Carl Edwards, racing for a championship on Sundays and another win on Saturday.
There you go, baby. You are the man. You are the man. Good job, guys. That was racing.
That was racing. That's what makes this racetrack so fun.
Great teamwork, guys. That's a team effort there today, boys. Great job, Carl. Awesome job, dude.
Yeah, I think he was having more like fuel pickup issues rather than out of fuel. Tank is so low on fuel, he was just having trouble picking it up. Was he definitely going to make it home?
Carl Edwards' last win, November 2005 in Phoenix.
Look at this battle right here. This is a battle for 7th position, but Jimmy Johnson's going to take it. Kevin Harvick, though, with another top 10 finish in that 21 after being 2 laps down.
And an attaboy for Todd Cleveland.
You won it. Awesome job, guys. Really good call, man. Good job. So we'll tight the center there at the end. Great job.
He's got a lap car in between him now. He makes his way around the 90 of Matt McCall on the inside.
Carl Edwards working his way through 3 and 4. As he comes out of turn number 4, he will see the checkered flag and win 7 in the Busch Series.
Pretty dominating performance.
And never ran 1 lap of practice in that car. Jumped into Cole from Pocono. Had a good qualifying run. Puts it in victory lane.
124 laps led by Carl Edwards. A dominant performance. Clint Boyer coming home 2nd. Another great top 5 for him. Kevin Harvick, our points leader. Not too big of a hit for him.
Down the backstretch for the final time. So Carl Edwards with a racing doubleheader. Ran the modified race here earlier and takes the checkered flag at New Hampshire. Edwards wins in Loudon, holding off Kevin Harvick.
It's over, right?
Yeah, it's over. Carl, it's over.
Woo, good job, guys. Man, that's awesome. Great work. That's fun.
Clint Boyer got to 5th.
Johnny Sauter, where'd he come from?
But Carl's crew got the strategy right, got him out in position to take advantage of fresh tires and speed to get by Hamlin and take the lead with 9 laps to go. Final corner coming up. And the checkered flag is up for Carl Edwards, a very popular win. He takes tonight's Busch Silver celebration 250. And battle for second. Hamlin and Boyer for second spot. It looks like Boyer nipped him by 1,000th of a second. Wow.
That's incredible. That's adding insult to injury, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
He didn't need that aggravation right before he got ready to get out of the car.
Trying to hold off the 17 of Matt Kenseth and the 5 of Kyle Busch. Here comes Busch pedaling for all he's worth, but they will not get it done as Carl Edwards takes the victory.
Good job, brother.
We're in a hurry up off air. We have run long. We're going to try to talk to our winner here, Carl Edwards, on the radio, Rusty Wallace.
A lot of experience, got a good team behind him, quality driver. And Andy, it looks like he just put a whooping on these guys all day long. Every time he gets in the back, he gets himself right to the front. Car's got great looking attitude on the racetrack. Looks good.
And the checkered flag flies for the 11th time in his career. Carl Edwards, he goes back-to-back after winning at Bristol and extends his points lead. David Rudiman comes in second, Dave Blaney third, and Jason Leffler fourth. That's second, third, and fourth for Toyota.
Awesome, guys. That means the world to me. That means a lot. Is that wheel tight?
But we've got caution.
Final lap, white flag has already been waving, so it will come down to the checkered flag as the caution is out. And the
Carl Edwards has won the race for sure.
Yeah, Carl.
We won it? Yeah, we won it. Great job, Carl. Fantastic job. Good job, everybody.
We've had a big wreck with Greg Biffle and Ward Burton. 2 of the cars that I can see.
Yeah, once the white flag waves, they freeze the field, and so they come down, and Carl Edwards picks up his 3rd win of 2007 in a rather dominating fashion, leading 121 laps. Out of turn 4, as he gets ready to come down and take his 4th win of the season, and Carl Edwards will go back to back to back and get the wins at Nashville Superspeedway. Carl Edwards takes it.
Concrete conqueror, dude. You are getting it done.
Well, I'll say.
Unbelievable. He did not get a single practice lap in that car. There's Jack Roush and PK Pierre Cattell. What a great job, guys. Kudos to you guys, the Dish Network crew. May just be getting back to being a winner in 2008.
Carl's saying, I'm back.
He's going to have a little extra weight in the airplane going home. He'll have the iron in there.
This could be because of his head. He's going to have a big head going home tonight.
Coming out of turn 4, and Carl Edwards goes back to victory lane for the first time in 2008.
Awesome. Great job, guys. Great job. Great job.
Tell you what, that was a great recovery from Carl Edwards.
Turns out to be pretty good.
Final lap here for cousin Carl Edwards in the Roush Fenway Ford. How good is it for Carl Edwards, who grew up with a little boy wanting to win here? He did it in 2006. And now coming out of turn 4, the kid from Columbia, Missouri, wins at Gateway. Carl Edwards gets win number 2 in 2008.
Awesome job, guys. Carl, you're great, man. Awesome. Man, you don't know how much that means, Drew.
He's going to get that top 5 spot.
We saw him wheeling it off of that last corner, just trying to make that happen.
Great comeback.
Fun place, and you get a feel and you adapt as we have a crash here, but the white flag has already been displayed.
And so the race will be official because they are waving the Kevin Moss, waving the white in caution, and Carl Edwards will get the win.
Caution is out.
So for the first time in his NASCAR Nationwide Series career, Carl Edwards is a winner at Michigan.
Carl was asking about a green-white checkered. He don't have to worry about that now.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about it. But if that happened a corner sooner, he would have had his hands full with Brian Vickers, I'm afraid.
Well, he might have, but man, they really got that car right at the right time, and he had it hooked up on the bottom of the racetrack.
He earned this one for sure.
Yeah, he earned it, and he's earned a pretty good point today, too. He's going to like what he sees when he gets out of that car as far as the points go.
Yeah, right now it's showing 113 points back of the 2-car, Clint Boyer, who slid back to 10th position. Edwards coming down, waving to the crowd here.
Yeah, that's it, checkered flag. Good job.
It'll be Carl Edwards' 3rd win of the 2008 season. He won at Milwaukee, he won at Gateway, and now gets his 1st win, and the 1st win for Roush Fenway at this racetrack since 1998.
That inside, I believe he thinks that he can hold him off from the outside lane. Boyer keeps fighting back. Carl Edwards is going to win this race.
Carl Edwards comes out of turn 4 and wins at Richmond. Wimmer takes 2nd. Boyer 3rd. Hamlin 4th.
Awesome job.
You guys down there, way to not give up. We had 2 bad ones and we came in. You got a good one when we needed it. Thanks, Carl, man. We got it close for you. You took it the rest of the way. You're awesome, dude.
Anything can happen going into 3. I won a race here last year, or years ago, and it's not going to happen. He won't have nothing for him.
Coming out of turn 4, Carl Edwards with David Rudiman all over his back bumper, and it's going to be Edwards. And the championship is on again.
Unbelievable. Started in the back of the pack, and we got to spin at the start-finish line. It's Bobby Hamilton around. Doesn't get hit. Good job out of Bobby, but what about Edwards? Tailback to the front. His crew is amazing today, guys.
That was all want right there. Carl wants it. He wants it bad. These guys are up on it. You know, that car wasn't fast in practice or qualifying.
Carl Edwards picked up 41 positions over the course of this race, starting in the back of this field.
Racing. Boyer's still going.
Still under green flag, and Carl Edwards pulling away.
18 car gets 2nd spot, getting into turn 3. Boyer's up to 4th.
Here comes Denny Hamlin. Does he have enough time to get there? He is coming in a hurry out of turn 4. Here comes Hamlin. Here comes Edwards. And it's a half a car length, and Edwards will get the win.
Clint Boyer comes home 4th there. He actually, that worked to his advantage by coming to get those tires.
Nice caution there, huh, Jason?
Yeah, yeah.
Great decision by Dan Deringoff on that, making that 4-tire stop.
Good job, man.
You mentioned whenever they took away that coming to the green and didn't give Hamlin that opportunity. He only needed one more corner.
A lap away.
Doesn't look like Kyle Busch is going to have anything for Carl Edwards in this final turn.
Coming out of turn 4, Carl Edwards will win the battle, but will not win the war. Edwards will win the race, and the 2008 NASCAR Nationwide Series champion is Clint Boyer.
Congratulations, Clint Boyer. Oh, what a great year.
So now the 88 car will take the spot away, and Carl Edwards from the back of the pack, just like a year ago at Milwaukee, comes to Milwaukee, and finally in 2009, cousin Carl will break through and get his 1st win of the season.
And man, what a good field. That's some good medicine after what he went through last
buddy.
week.
Good job. Great work. Dan Stillman, me too, and Victory Lane. Good job, buddy. Good job, everybody. Great work. You too, man. You were awesome, man. That's pretty good, man. No practice. Come here, win. And, you know, it's kind of like my home track, too, you know.
have good runs going now. This is the top 5. They can't screw it up. They've looked good all night long. They've gained some points.
Well, the streak of the winner coming out of the top 10 is going to be snapped at 7 years in a row, because here comes Carl. He takes his 22nd Nationwide Series win. Second place, Kyle Busch. Matt Kenseth holds on. Brad Keselowski got around Stephen Wallace for 4th. There you see Hornaday, Bain, Leffler, Wimmer, and Kenny Wallace with a great run into the top 10.
You got to hand it to that guy right there. Carl Edwards starting in the back.
Look how clean
his
that
brains
car.
out.
That's right.
Not a scratch on it.
Defensive line down the middle saying, if you're going to go, you're going to tell me where you're going first. Here he comes into 13.
Well, Carl Edwards is doing everything he can right here. And
Marcus,
big top curve. Here comes Edwards.
No! Can you believe this? Carl Edwards gets around him. Marcus makes one mistake all day, and it's going to cost him the win.
The last lap hits the ripple strips, goes airborne, and loses the race all by himself.
Andrew Ranger comes home 3rd. Jacques Villeneuve 4th. Brad Keselowski in 5th. Third time this year, he's got over second place, Kevin Harvick. So everybody who said, I can't drive because my foot's broken, forget it. The big question is now, how's he do the backflip? Kevin Harvick in second, Kyle Busch in 3rd, Brad Keselowski, and David Rudiman, your top 5. 24th series win for Carl Edwards, and boy, did he do it in style. Starting from the back, and look at that team celebrating.
Wonder if he has a backup signature move here.
Great job,
He can't do his backflip, so what's he going to do?
Maybe the crutches can do the flip. I don't know, but the fans, I think, are going to give him a free pass. Heard the crew tell him, just bring it on home. 2.6 seconds the gap, and it looks like the championship is going to last at least till we get to Miami, because here comes Carl Edwards for his 25th Nationwide Series win in his 175th start, as he takes the win by 2.6 seconds over Kevin Harvick. Reed Sorensen with a great run in 3rd. Boyer, a good comeback for 4th. Brad Keselowski in 5th. Then it's Reagan, Kenseth, Bliss clinching or hanging on to that 5th spot by a hair. Kyle Busch comes home in 9th, which is not enough.
That's it, buddy. Checkered flag here at the line.
Clinch it for the championship.
And now he's going to make it third week in the top 2 finish, and he's going to win this one.
Well, it sounds like Jack knows what he's talking about. This whole team has done a fantastic job for him.
Final time up the hill. The first name on the winner's trophy at Road America in the NASCAR Nationwide Series will be Carl Edwards. He dominates and wins the Bucyrus 200.
In the field all day long. Hell of a race car driver. One awesome race car driver. One more awesome race car. Great pit crew.
Look just how close it is. Does Carl dive in on the outside? He's got to do it. Does he maintain that spot? Keselowski holds him off. Carl with the advantage coming off the corner.
Keselowski got a little bit loose getting into 3.
White flag.
Shades of Atlanta for Carl's first Cup win.
Right on your bumper. White flag.
To the outside, but he's got one more lap to deal with Brad Keselowski. Keselowski fights back on the inside.
Whatever happens now, this race will be
touch. Keselowski gets into Edwards. They save it. Drag race down the backstretch now.
That's that half car length I was talking about. They both survived it. Let's see what happens in turn 3.
Reed Sorensen waiting in the wings. Here's Keselowski on the inside. Carl Edwards, can he make it stick on the outside? Brad thought he had the best car all night. Took the inside line on the restart. This is going to be down to the wire. Oh, they touch. He spun out. Carl gets into Keselowski. Carl Edwards will win.
That's it. Checkered flag. Good job, man. You are the man. He deserves it. Good job.
I just hope Keselowski's okay here. That was a hard hit, guys.
That was ugly.
Wreck behind you. Just slow it down.
Ugly.
Slow it down. There's a big wreck here.
Big contact on Keselowski as the other cars racing to the finish came to the line. And Keselowski got spun around hard.
On the backstretch, Kyle Busch not going to be able to even give him a challenge. And the man in third, the butterflies in his stomach have got to be just enormous. Carl comes and takes the checker.
Yeah, buddy, come get the checkered flag.
And here comes your champion. Brad Keselowski finishes third and takes it home here at Texas with 2 races remaining. The 26-year-old from Rochester Hills, and look at Mom. She can breathe again.
Well, certainly a big day for this family.
And it'll be his 4th win of 2010. And is this a precursor of tomorrow, because he'll start on pole for the Sprint Cup race here at Phoenix International Raceway. Coming out of turn number 4. Who cares that the sun's in your eyes? There's the checkered flag, and the winner, Carl Edwards, by a 5-second margin. It's going to take a long time. There's Harvick coming across. This is the battle.
Best car I've ever had in the Nationwide Series. Thank you.
Colin Brown is going to get around Justin Allgaier for that 7th position. You can see Stenhouse, Stephen Wallace round out the top 10, and there is Brian Scott in 11th with a good comeback run by Mike Bliss, who's the entire evening. And here he is, just a couple corners away after winning the pole earlier today. Here he comes out of turn number 4. Keselowski tries to come as low as he can to cut the margin, but Carl Edwards is going to pick up win number 1 in 2011. Brad Keselowski in 2nd. Menard comes home in 3rd. And look at this as we come to the stripe. It will be Elliott Sadler in head of Justin Allgaier. That is for 5th and 6th. Then Reed Sorensen, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., David Rudiman, and Brian Scott round out your top 10.
Carl sees a clear track in front of him.
There's nothing Kyle Busch can do at this point. Turns 3 and 4. Kyle making one last desperate charge, but the time and distance is going to run out. For his 31st time in his career, Carl Edwards sees the checkered flag first, with Kyle Busch coming across in 2nd and in a distant 3rd. 8
Think
seconds
of
behind.
Jonathan Bunty and his family, all right? This one's for them, all right?
Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with another top 5. Through the corner, still on his fender, on the high side. Logano going for it. They're down the backstretch. Logano with a half a car length on him. Now here comes Carl back on the low side. Oh, Carl spins a little.
Come on, he's sideways.
Oh, now he gets Logano. Joey's into the car's upside down. On his side is Clint.
Yellow's out, yellow is out, yellow is out.
Wallace gets into it. The 14 of Bliss gets into it. Red flag immediately.
Stop at the back. They want you to stop at the back.
They are stopping everyone on the
He got loose or something. I just in the throttle. He got loose. I touched him, guys.
There's what's left of Keselowski's car. Window net down. He's okay. There's Joey with his net down. Clint Boyer is out. Boy, Boyer went up on his side. For a second, I thought he was going to go all the way over. And there is Stephen Wallace as he seems to be okay.
They've taken the white flag, so that should be the end of it.
Now, in this situation, in fact, we were just in race control last night for the truck race. They will freeze the field, and they're going to come around now. We're being told they're going to come all around to complete the race.
Is everybody all right?
And
They're all right.
these guys are just seeing
Make
what
sure
happened.
they know that is not my intent. Not at all.
So the caution
Here's
and
your
checker
flag
comes
right here.
out.
Here's your checker flag.
Carl picks up his 32nd nationwide win, not the way he wanted to do it, and he is coming over to stop immediately.
The Detroit hometown race for Jack Roush and Roush Fenway Racing looks like it's going to wind up in a 1-2 finish as Carl Edwards is in his final corner. He'll come to the checkered flag and score the victory in Michigan over his teammate Ricky Stenhouse Jr. It is Ford first in its own hometown.
Thank y'all so much. I'm so blessed to have you. Awesome, guys. Awesome. That's 1-2 for Ford here in Detroit. That's cool. Great job. Thank you guys so much. That's a really, really good car.
And
you see some of the rest of the finishers as they come to the start-finish line. Carl Edwards' 33rd NASCAR Nationwide Series win, his second in this series at this racetrack, ties 5 other drivers for most wins at this speedway.
There you can see Ricky Stenhouse Jr. just cannot close the gap. Coming through 3 and 4. Carl Edwards is going to lead 124 laps tonight and pick up his 5th win of 2011 here at Nashville.
Austin Dillon, 3rd place. Good job.
Awesome job, guys. All weekend. It's over, right, Jason? 10-4, it's over. Real good job.
Some good runs tonight by guys who needed them. You saw Justin Allgaier in 4th. He desperately needed a good run to get back into the points championship battle, and he does. But it's not going to be enough. He'll be the 4th man to win from pole here at Atlanta in the Nationwide Series as he's bringing it around the final corners. And it is going to be Carl Edwards taking the win here in Atlanta. Kyle Busch closes to 2nd. And in 3rd, it will be Ricky Stenhouse Jr., our points leader, and Lowe coming to the stripe. The 30th, Jason Leffler, is going to come down and through the infield. And we'll have to wait and see where NASCAR places him, because I don't think there's any timing lines in the infield grass.
Well, there's not, but I think he's going to be able to stay around that 9th spot.
And you heard the crew saying 9th, so we'll double check with NASCAR. And Carl Edwards coming through the last couple of corners. Slower traffic ahead of him, but it's not going to deter him. Here at Dover, Carl's going to win on the concrete again.
Oh, man, good job. Awesome, awesome. It's been a great year working with you, Mike. It's over for sure, right? Yes, sir. I guess.
Well, make sure the checkered flag is out.
One more set of turns. Big run to the bottom, but it's not going to be enough. Carl Edwards is going to have another incredible rally and come all the way back to win tonight in Charlotte. Finishing in 4th and collecting the $100,000 nationwide insurance bonus, Elliott Sadler. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishes in 9th position.
Heading for turn 6. There's only 2 corners left. Carl Edwards makes the corner easily. And boy, what a welcome back to the NASCAR Nationwide Series. The former champion is going to win here at Watkins Glen.